Welcome to Factorio. Let's start automating. My name is Nilo, so this is episode 37 of our Let's Play campaign. And it's time for us to take our very new 1.0 addition to the game, the SPIDERTRON or the Biotron. Take it out for a spin and see what it can do to our beloved Biter friends. We have handcrafted the last of the things we needed, so let's put it in here. There we go. This is now fully equipped. This is the way I prefer to equip it. It has one reportable fusion reactor. It seems to be enough. I mean, on paper, it shouldn't be enough because if you look at it, this is 750 kilowatts and each of these take 200. So there's barely anything left. But actually, it is enough because most of the time it's not working and then it fills up the batteries. And when the batteries are full, it'll just kind of even out. It doesn't seem to be... I've never had power issues with this configuration. 3 legs because I want it to be as fast as possible, otherwise it's kind of silly. I want some legs. I can't put more here, so it's just, this is a given. And then the question is, what do you put down here? I want some batteries so that we can have this portable fusion reactor sort of fill up when needed, and these should be full most of the time. Personal Robo-Port, this is for self-repair, and it could also build, I mean, you can also build another one which has loads of these, and then just is dedicated to just walk around, build stuff at remote. It's really, really cool to do that. Now, here we have the energy shields because we're going to be in the thick of battle, so we need that. It does not have any weapons, or yet, it doesn't have any ammo. It has, that's basically what we want to do. So, I can walk around, I can jump in like a vehicle, then I can walk around. Or, and that's the part I didn't do, which I should do as well. We can build a Biotron Remote, that one. It needs 1 rocket control unit. Alright, we can do 1 rocket control unit. There, that builds a remote. Once we have a remote, it's an item in our inventory, kind of like the artillery targeting device. However, this one has some other quirks. I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to click on the Biotron. You can see that this little remote thing changes color. So we can now see connected to Nilo's Biotron, status idle. And oh yeah, let's just see how it works. Then you just basically click on the map. You can also do that on the mini-map. And it'll work there, run there. You can even be going inside. And then you can see auto-targeting with or without the gunner. I want it always to auto-target. Now I can move it myself. Or I can use the controller here to move it. Where is this? Oh, it's over here. Our ammo. Let's see how much ammo we built in the meantime. I hope we have enough to go up. 1.4k. It's kind of enough. It needs... that's not exactly what I wanted. That's a horrible, horrible situation. This is actually not great. These should have been upgraded. I did not think it... I thought actually I would be more than 1.4 thousand. Yeah. Okay, so you would say, oh, wow, 1400 rocket, that's a lot. Yeah, it is, but it's not enough when it comes to SPIDERTRON or Biotron. So, we are now going to take it out. Let's look at our pollution cloud. Anything within the pollution cloud is actually basically there. We also have the option of course, using artillery, and let's look at the artillery range here. Artillery is super effective, and the Biotron is great at mopping up. So I would just say, if you have artillery, just use the artillery and shoot a thing. It's also using a lot less power, or a lot less resources, because the artillery shell just takes a lot. So, but let's, we're not about artillery, we have covered that area, so let's Spidertron our way out. I'm gonna sit in this just because. I don't expect anything to be a challenge towards this Biotron right now. We've fully geared with all the things it needs, and we have some pretty harmless spiders. This is, oh, look at that, the barrage. And you can see our shields are barely getting a scratch. Goodbye, does. There you go. That's incredibly easy, but as you can see, we launched 17 rockets for each. That's 50, 68, 60, 68 rockets we fired. And we can also just walk straight through. At this point, it doesn't matter. Look at our... These spiders are just not a challenge for our fully decked out. I don't know how it sort of detects, and it doesn't take damage from poison, so that's really nice as well. And let's also just use it on automatic mode. I'm just simply going to walk through the space and just take my hands off the keyboard. You can't see it, but imagine me taking the hands off the keyboard. I think you can imagine that. And we're taking some scratches here. And now I'm back on the keyboard again. Just try to make sure that it's only the shields that take damage. Look how fast the shields recharge. It knows exactly how many rockets it needs to launch to kill something. And we can go up here. So you can see it actually, it can't walk on water, but it can walk on... It can walk across some gaps of water like this. But it can't... It can walk back here. So gotta be mindful when around water, because it will not walk around. It'll try to walk through the water. I don't know if that's just I would say that's a feature. That's a feature of how this works. Not a problem at all. It's just all right. That's just how. So it does have tendency to get stuck on things. See, I'm gonna do it a bit smarter here. Just walk around the edges. Try not to shoot yourself with the rockets. I think this is life advice that is up there with don't eat yellow snow. It's just words to live by. Don't hit yourself with rockets. And if you don't hit yourself with rockets, you're gonna live a long and happy life. We want to take this out because this is attacking one of the very, very weak points here. They're starting to get dense. I put some extra ammo in here. And now I kind of regret running around in the SPIDERTRON, because I should be running around in the base right now instead. But we want to, I think it's one of the good objectives here. Let's also just show how efficient this one is. In the meantime, the SPIDERTRON is super sexy, mainly because it's new. It's also, I mean, it's pretty damn efficient as well. You can also just hold the mouse and just drag, but you're using a ton of ammo that way. Right, and this part, this was just make sure that there's nothing inside our pollution. Oops, pollution range. Let's go out here. We have a lot of pollution out here because we have more desert areas, so the pollution is not absorbed as much as, for example, this forest is really covering, is stopping the pollution spread here. But this is just arid ground and doesn't absorb a lot of pollution, so it spreads further and longer and more. Although it is now only like small amounts of pollution here. Look at that, we found a little location. Let's go in. I can also just walk around. Let me get all the nice sounds. Oh, something's being attacked. Oh, what the? What? Why? What? How are we not powered? Oh, they took out that one, and that killed the power for everything. Those clever bastards. Clever bastards. That's what they are. This is actually, I forgot that I didn't have laser turrets. I didn't have flamers. Flamers are the one way you really deal with biters attacking you. Oops. I love that sound. Choo 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 choo. That is the sound of inevitability. There. Let's see. Okay, so we can't go around this. I'm going to take you back to inside the base, take you down there, and go that way. And probably when I get in here, I'll jump out. Alright, so we have restored... They are so clever, those bastards. I only had like a single location with... here, and then they figured it out. Do we have somewhere to shoot now? We still have a few shots left. And actually a good pairing is you use the artillery to take out the spawners because they won't come back generally, and then you can take all of the biters in the base will attack you, and you can set the Spidertron out to clean out the rest. Yeah, so this one didn't really do anything because we did not have enough shots remaining at the time it was going to do this part. Alright, I'm just jumping out. I don't need to be here. We can now work it in manual mode while I run back, so we can do two things at once. Or if you have, as I do in my Twitch series, I have 5 Spidertrons, and I just issue commands left, right, and center for those commands while I try to build some stuff myself. Alright, so this one is a whole lot of not working. Ah, that's so embarrassing. Hopefully no one noticed that. I'm sure everyone noticed that. Yeah, so this is basically taking 3 full belts in here. We're not actually sending much further down the line. But this is one of the things that I wanted to do, is I wanted to check to make sure that we get more green circuits down the line. How do we get more green circuits? We have to upgrade it somehow. Whoa, what a absolute mess there is here. Also, that one is kind of hard to see why I have that. I know that I don't need blue all the way down here, but I got the blues. So I just want all of the green circuits to be blue. All right, something is being attacked. Yeah, these attacks, they are nasty. Actually, we have a lot of, and it's still focused on that one. I think that's just collateral damage, so keep that in mind. Where is my Biotron? Biotron does whatever the Biotron wants. There we go. And just the last bit of irrelevancy. There. Still? Yeah, that's kind of some nasty attacks coming in here. At least we have 2 powers, 2 places of power here, so I don't lose it. So I still have the laser turrets and this one to start shooting. But this is not a big attack, but there's still like some of those. In fact, nope, didn't do anything. More shots. I'm pretty sure our defenses will be restored before the next attacks come in. Why do I do both of these things? Because I kind of want to show you how efficient we can clear out the entire thing. We've been ignoring biters for a long time because I knew that at some point, this point, with artillery and with a Biotron, I'm still going to insist on calling it a Biotron, this would just be not a concern at all. And there's no point in spending a lot of time on a tank and rolling around and grenades and personal destroyer robots and all that stuff when you have this easy solution to you right at your beck and call. It's not just an easy solution, it's also quite enjoyable. I mean, just running around causing absolute mayhem everywhere, it's kind of rewarding. Let's go through that one, and in the meantime we go back here. This one is being restored. Yeah, look at that, being restored. And now everything is updated. Let's have a look and take a look at the Spidertron. Where are you? Oh, you did not quite take all of it out. Actually, I want this one. So for me, it's important. Maybe not super important, but I really want to just show how easy it is to take care of all the biters. And that's kind of the essence of this episode, is basically saying that when you reach endgame, biters are completely trivial. And they are just a nuisance that takes a bit of time. Even on a death world, it gets kind of easy, and I don't mind that. It doesn't. This game is not really about difficulty in that sense. You create your own difficulty with your own logistic nightmares. Not about. It's not a survival game. And let's go down here so we can see that it can actually get in there as well. And we got an attack incoming. Yeah, okay, but things are being repaired. This is a very, very weak defense. Let's have a look. The green circuits are doing absolutely brilliant, but iron is obviously not. And there's not really any way that I can get more iron out. I can kind of cheat, because if I upgrade the belts here to blue belts, then I'll be able to take the 30 here, but start unloading the chests. And it's actually not a bad idea, I think. Although it is kind of fake, because I'm using my buffers. That sound is just absolutely destroying me. That's the worst sound in the world. It's haunting me. Yeah, okay, so let me explain what this is. This is producing at 30 per second. It cannot produce any further. If I want to make it better, then I can either make it a longer line, but that's really not how this is intended, so there's no room for it. Or I can switch to modules and beacon setup, which is not really something I can do because I don't have enough productivity modules 3 to make that make sense. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually gradually emptying my buffers here by taking the 30 I produce plus emptying the buffers, and that's going to give us, well, kind of close to, actually, why is that not really here? That one? Kind of weird that it, oh, because it's only taking half a red belt from either side can never be a full blue belt, obviously. But this way it can. You can see here, this one's going better, and then we'll be producing more all the way in, and more will also pass through, so this one will be better. Good. Now this is a temporary measure because it's going to empty this out, but it's going to work. It's only a problem because now we have to refill our blue belt buffers. When the blue belt buffers are done, then we'll extract all of this, will no longer be built, and then whatever, we don't really need a lot of iron in endgame. This is a really interesting observation, is that at the end game, in the beginning you need so much more iron than copper, because primarily all your assemblers, inserters, belts, rails, all the things you need to build infrastructure with needs, oh, there we go, needs iron. But once you have built your infrastructure, you really stop using as much iron, and it's actually going to be the copper that takes precedent, because the copper is needed for low density structures, which is for rockets, and is needed for circuits for modules and beacons. So you're going to need a lot more copper by the end. It's kind of a transition. Iron is primarily used for steel at the end. There you go. Now it's sort of worked its way all the way around, and I can't believe that one is still there. No, nothing can shoot at that location. Do we have any? Yeah, this one. I'll just do some quick ones here. And let's have a look at the base at this point. Let's launch another rocket. Why not? Atomic bomb is almost done, so we're now launching the third rocket. Boom. Let's see. Yep, third rocket is being launched, and we're actually having this stockpile here. So now what I can do, and I want to show you this. Shh, very, very loud here. That is extremely loud. Who would have thought that standing next to a rocket that launches is extremely loud? I don't know. So what I've done here is I've hooked up the two chests on this wire. So now you can see how much on the red wire here. I can see that there's a stockpile. Now I can have wired it to the inserter here. This is the inserter that puts in when it's done. It puts the satellite, which is the trigger for launching. So at this point I can say auto launch with cargo, and I can put a wire condition here that monitors the amount of rocket science or space science here. So I'm going to say when the space science is equal to 0, then it's enabled. And you can see it's not enabled because it's not 0. This means that now rocket launching is fully automated, but it will only launch another rocket when the stockpile here is empty. That makes sense, because when this is empty, that means that we are having a draw here, and that draw it would need another 1000 put in the belt. So right now we have now fully automated our rocket launch setup. I think that's pretty neat. How do I just not like this? There. Just looks better when they... Oh, look at that attack. That is not a great attack. Well, it is a great attack. It's not great. Oh dear, that's gonna wreck us. Yeah, maybe we need more than this. Oh my god, this is so much. Shoot, damn you, shoot. Yeah, no problem. Easy peasy. Alright, where are you? You're down here. Just grades of panic here. This one's bugging me. That one's really bugging me. Yeah, okay, another big attack coming in, and it's the same place. Alright, well, that's probably kind of my own fault for doing this. Come on, lasers, you can do it. You can do it. I'm gonna put one more laser in. Whew, but we are certainly doing something here. There. Oh, this is outside of pollution range, so it's not even needed. Oh, and the one thing you have to be careful about the Biotron here is and I know I'm calling it Biotron, but I'm insisting on calling it that. Don't park it right outside of a location so that it triggers spawns, and then the spawns will simply just consume all the rockets. That's the good way to kill your Biotron, or sending into combat without having any rockets. I can't see the inventory of it, so it's probably running out soon. We've been using a lot of rockets. We're using about 100 rockets for each of these. And now this one was also launched with, or attacked earlier. Everything is being restored, repaired, fixed. Get those belts. Get the belts working. Yes, and now it flows again. Great. And there we go. That's exactly what I should be doing with the Biotron here. Yeah, we're definitely not firing as many. So this is much easier to clean up, like the residue after clearing a Biter base with artillery. Just having the Biotron walk through it, super easy and super pain-free, I think would be the word. And that's a big attack incoming. But I think we're okay. It's a corner. Ah, they really want to attack that one. Oh, good repair bot. That was excellent repair. Excellent repair. Whew. This one. Got it. No need to take any of this. And it's time for us to go. We'll just check if this is actually... It's just ghostly images. Yeah, it's just ghostly images. They don't exist. And then we go up here, clearing this base out. So once it's starting to spread out, it's a bit annoying to take it out with artillery, and that's where the Biotron comes in handy. Well, it's always handy, but let's go. It's really not launching as many rockets anymore. I think we're almost out of rockets, and some of the rocket tubes are empty because things are not dying as quickly as they should here. Yeah, I can really feel that it's slow. Oh, we got the nuclear bombs here. The Biotron can launch nukes, but I wouldn't recommend it. There you go. Now it's not launching anymore. Go back. Go back. Woo. All right. That was that was the thing. Let's see. What else do we need in terms of research? We do have just a few things that we'd like to research. I mean, let's take that one. Shooting speed. Oh, and by the way, since this is not requiring any purple science, we can actually just over here upgrade our science consumption. That will be handy. This one here and here, and then take that one out because obviously we are. And I have some of this, and I'm gonna get 12 more. Do I get 12 more? Yes, I do. On the way 12. I can put those into the last one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Now all of our science is updated here and here. And you can see how fast we're actually getting the science operational. Oh, and the Biotron got stuck. And unfortunately, it's not possible yet, at least, to refill the Biotron yourself or automatically, which it's a bit of a shame because that would really just go very well in line with our automation. 2K, perfect. There, 2000. Somehow I didn't get that one and didn't get those. And logistics, good. And that's how easy it is to actually get it back. We are gonna go take you straight out there. Artillery. I wish I could artillery that one, but I can't. Because that's the only thing that's powered, or that's actually inside our base here. So as you can probably tell, that our base is pretty close to complete. You can always say that how is a Factorio base complete, but if I want to continue on this base, then I can either continue at this rate, which means things are working at the speed that it's working at. I'm just going to take that one because we will give the production science a bit of a rest. And let's go. Now we can see how many are being launched. This is much more like it. Whoa, there's another one right next to it. Don't really want to take you out, but on the other hand, I can't really just ignore you, can I? Just go straight through it. Extremely careless. But it is so durable. And we just want to make sure that if it actually takes a bit of hull damage, does it? Yep. Nope. No hull damage. Why is it not repairing itself? It says no logistics while moving. I still don't get it. Still don't get it. I was hoping that it would repair itself when it was standing still. It did not. So this is going to be, this is the last build base and build setup. And in the next episode, which will be the last episode of this series, don't freak out, please. Then I will be walking through it, talking about some of the more general points, talking about how you would proceed from a base like this, and just basically the findings and the learnings we've come to from in this series. And I think that's still something that's very valuable to have as part of this. Oh, there's a little straggler there. Don't start building new bases. And we go up here. So we have now cleared every single biter except for one. Oh, look at that. Is that's still a worm? Okay. If I go here, and then I can go to that one afterwards. Yeah. So at this point, our base is it's doing pretty well. Everything is working. Things are progressing, and that's really where I want to leave a starter base at this point. It's more about sort of how to transition or other challenges. But if you want to know what's more coming on my channel, then there should be a channel update also on my channel where I talk about sort of what's happening, what's going on, what I'm planning for, what's the next upcoming things on the channel. So I do encourage you to check it out. And of course, I have to say that if you want to follow more stuff, be sure to remember to subscribe so you can follow whatever is coming on my channel. And there's still a large percentage of people watching who are not subscribed. So if that's you, consider subscribing since you've been watching so much. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care and stay effective.